It's no secret that on this channel we love to upgrade our car's suspension. Done a ton of coilover jobs, sway bar jobs, things like that. And today is no different, as we are going to be upgrading our Forester with thicker sway bars and a front strut bar. And we're going to show you just how valuable that upgrade can actually be. So these are the parts we're going to be installing on this video. We've got our front and rear sway bars, and in this guy we've got our nice brand new front strut bar. Really excited to put these on because this is one of the first mods I got for the Evo, and now I get to have it on my Subaru Day. It's just kind of cool how we've come full circle with that. We've also got these incredibly strong Whiteline end links. Look at how beefy these things are. This bag is so heavy that my arm is getting tired holding it at arm's length. This is going to go really well with our sway bars and make for a very stout kit. And I'm very excited to show you just how dramatic the difference will be on our little Forester. But first things first, a baseline. So we're in the car and we're actually going to demonstrate what this car suspension is like as a passenger in the car. You can hear it by the insanely heavy breathing. Merlin's in the car with us today because he wants to go for a ride and he loves to be in the car, so why not? We're actually driving around a college campus with a lot of nice little areas of corner, and at low speeds you can tell, even at low speeds, that the car leans quite a lot. My dog, instead of staying upright, had to lean almost this far just to stay up straight. Now I'm going to give it a little bit more gas, and I'm going to turn left pretty hard and late. And while the car's suspension from factory is actually very good, there's plenty of room for improvement because, well, it's an SUV. And SUVs are notorious for body roll, which is basically the car allowing its own weight to shift from one side of the car to the other while you're undergoing cornering. If you're a drifter, for example, you really want to make sure you have no body roll, because body roll is wasted momentum that you could be using to go sideways. If you're into rallying, that's also not great, because then that's more inertia you're losing to push you through some of those dusty, dirty parts of your track. Body roll is only okay in pedestrian cars because, well, it's less tire wear, and by proxy a little bit more environmentally friendly, since, you know, burning rubber isn't exactly safe. But as you can tell, this car's suspension is really floaty, and if I do like a seesaw like this, you can hear all kinds of stuff in my car. My dog stops breathing heavy so you can actually focus on staying upright. It's just not the best thing. The body roll that this car has needs to be cured, and there are really two ways to cure it. One is coilovers, which is going to lower the car's center of mass a bit down. And the other is what we're focusing on today, and that's sway bars. Sway bars actually push down on the car's tires so that when you're undergoing cornering, instead of the car just completely triking and leaning to one side, it helps push the tire down to maintain some level of grip while you're taking a turn. That way you're not rolling over. Now, I've been under the car for quite a while on Foresters and other Subarus like it. There is a step you're going to have to do. There's a brace in the middle of the undercarriage. I can't bring the camera down there because it's too cramped. But you'll have to unbolt that and also unbolt the headers so that you can actually wiggle this guy out. So be prepared for that. But look at the substantial difference between the two of these. Thick, strong, sturdy. This guy, yeah, they've got the, you know, little hooks and shapes to it, but even the bushings are just rubber all the way through. The hangers are rubber themselves, whereas the Whiteline bushings are stout. They're metal. Let me just look at that. Look at the quality that we've got to play with here, boys. This is a way better strut bar for the front. After a long, arduous day of working and busting out my tool cart for the first time on video, we officially have the rear sway bar fully put in. We do have a small issue with the front sway bar. Basically, the bushing that's there for the front sway bar is just really robust, so we're gonna have to make some alterations to our brackets to make it fit correctly. This is something that happens pretty easily and pretty often with Whiteline stuff, just because they make one product that fits multiple chassis. It's not necessarily a bad thing that it's like that, but it can be frustrating in moments like this when it doesn't fully line up. Can we acknowledge how fat that sway bar is?
It is so big, and because it's nice and silver, it's very easy to see how big and robust this rear sway bar is. It's gonna make this ride really, really good.
In the gentle curves near where I live, this suspension feels so much tighter. This is way better. Way better than it was before. I haven't even hit my little area to test this thing out in the slaloms, and I'm already like, oh. All right, here's our first major turn. I'm gonna take this thing pretty hard. All right, let's go left. Let's go left. Come on. Oh my goodness, the turn-in response. This is not staged. This is a genuine reaction. I'm gonna whip it hard right again. If this was a manual with a different rear diff, I could slide this. Oh my goodness, this has so much more grip now. Whip it again. Oh my goodness, almost flat. You can even tell. There's stuff moving, but you can even tell that the car is more stable on camera because you can see the horizon moving, and the movement that you now see is way reduced compared to what it used to be. This is, dare I say, this is bang on correct. Oh my goodness. Whiteline, I hate how you package some of your products, but my God, the products are good. Everything that I want this car to do, it is doing to perfection. Without question, I can now handle acceleration. I can now handle turning hard, cornering hard. Everything about this thing's suspension is bang on correct. Like, I can one-arm this now because there's so much more in this chassis than there was before. Yeah, you can hear some stuff moving around in the back, but that's because I pulled some things out, so it's kind of loose back there. But holy cow, is this thing good? So we got to answer the question, are sway bars worth it? In my humble opinion, I absolutely think they are. They deliver exactly what you'd want them to, even in a stock platform. This has no mods, none. In fact, this sway bar upgrade is the first mod that this car has ever gotten. That's not like an aesthetic choice or something that doesn't affect its overall physical performance. And I gotta say, even though this thing is totally stock otherwise, it feels like a completely different car. It handles so good. And I gotta put it out there. It is a hard job to do because sway bars are just nothing but tension and more or less what we would call a lateral spring. So trying to get it to fit can be a task. But if you're up for it, it is one of the most rewarding, cheap to buy mods you can get. Because again, even if your car is bone stock, even if your car is lifted or lowered or anything in between, it adds so much flavor to the driving experience. And for me, it adds a lot more control, a lot more stability, and a little bit of peace of mind, because now I can trust that the car will stay level, or at least more level than it did before, with these sway bars in here. It's all there. In fact, it's now telling me that the tires that I've got are just not quite sticky enough for the amount of what we would technically call spring rebound that these sway bars provide. Again, it is technically a spring that is pushing down the opposite lateral forces that are at play. Engineering Explained probably did a video about this, but the lateral forces that are being displayed are being pushed back to the other side. So you're able to maintain a level of grip more fully, because instead of it just dive bombing into the one side, it's now pushing off of that side to try and stabilize itself. Like if you were to fall down and you put your arm out to stop yourself, but instead of just stopping yourself, you completely are able to upright yourself. That's exactly what the sway bar is doing. Instead of it just kind of keeping you from tipping over, it's now forcing you to stay upright. And that's why sway bars are totally worth it, no matter how stock your car may be. But with that said, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for tuning in. What do you think we should do next to the Subaru? Because While I am completely new to the Subaru gang, I am in the process of acquiring some tasty morsels for this car, namely a manual transmission, so I'm no longer in this automatic state. I can finally get some real Sunday boy action, get a lightweight flywheel, get this motor to really scream and probably brake. But other than that, what else should we do? Because there's a laundry list of options, and I am very curious to see what you guys think and have to say. With that said, thank you all for watching. God bless you guys, and we'll see you next time. Peace! Real quick, if you're here in our end credits section, because I know a lot of people click off the video at this point, a little secret I'm just going to let y'all clue into right now. The EVA, while it is not back yet as of this recording, will be coming back very, very soon. And I want to know, put it in the comment section down below, how should we do the unveil? Should we do like a normalish video, or should we go just full on cinematic? Just get a group of people together, fireworks, everything. What should we do? Let me